Ray, I know you saw this tweet. All of you guys should have seen this tweet, especially if you follow us at Fourth Long Radio over on Twitter. There's me plugging again. But I
Oh,
put
yeah.
out this tweet, and it made people mad, I think, to say the least.
And I don't think it was as controversial as people made it out to be.
No, it's seemingly controversial, but I'm going to tell you why it's not. I'm going to tell you why this is straight 100% fact. It's a
Yeah,
simple
pure fact.
statement. Simple statement. All it goes, it's just 6 words, or I guess 7 when you actually spell his name. Larry Fitzgerald is better than Terrell Owens. Okay, let that simmer for a second. Let that stew. Let it boil on over you.
Get offers going.
Get mad. Get thoughtful. Because most people say that the top 3 receivers of all time is undoubtedly the best receiver of all time. The GOAT is Jerry Rice, and he always will be. Second best of all time, Randy Moss. Third best of all time, a lot of people do say T.O. And this all came off a tweet because it was a Bleacher Report Gridiron doing the whole reply, retweet, like thing when, you could
Yeah,
just
just
do a
a
damn
vote
poll
for
on Twitter.
whatever.
They have those things. Just do a poll next time, thank you.
Yeah,
But
no one wants to reply to a tweet.
no, no. It's not going to happen. There's obviously the person that's going to have the like representing them is going to be winning 90% of the time basis. It's just easier to like
Exactly.
a tweet. It's just basic.
Yeah.
But they had they had Jerry Rice is the like, they had Randy Moss's retweet, and they had Terrell Owens' reply. So I said, I felt that Larry Fitzgerald was disrespected for not being on here. So I just said Larry Fitzgerald is better than T.O. 130 likes, but also had 30 replies, half of them calling me a total dumbass. Actually,
Yeah.
most of them.
I
But
looked through
I
those. It was entertaining.
it was, well, I don't care. When people reply, all I'm going after is impressions, and they got me more impressions, so thank you, first off. But,
Gotta get that exposure.
right though, because, okay, so the breakdown is that Terrell Owens does have less games than Randy Moss, but Randy Moss leads him in games played, in receptions, in targets, and he also leads him when it comes to the playoffs as well. Because my main reasons why Terrell Owens is not better than Larry Fitzgerald is, one, we got right. I think we could all make this argument that to be a good wide receiver, you have to be able to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Correct?
That's
And correct me if
pretty
I'm wrong. Right?
important.
Pretty important.
No,
You
you're
agree?
good.
Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, and he's played like 4 seasons less than Larry Fitzgerald, but Terrell Owens has over 120 career drops. 3 seasons in a row, he was in the top 4 of the league in drops. But Larry Fitzgerald on the other hand, he has more career tackles than he does career drops. Let me say that
Yeah,
again.
if you're anywhere near the bottom of the ratings in anything, you're not elite. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's simple. Larry Fitzgerald has been doing it his entire career and hasn't really slowed down either.
Yeah, but let me repeat that one of my favorite facts of all time. A wide receiver has more tackles than he does drops.
Insane. Insane.
If that doesn't speak to you, I don't know what does. Because to be a receiver, the most important thing is hands. Larry Fitzgerald
Yeah.
definitely has an edge. That if we want to talk about playoffs, we want to talk about a guy that didn't show up in the playoffs. It's Terrell Owens. Of course, he had that one game. Had to respect him because he played a great playoff game on a broken leg. But if we go through
Yep.
this, in Larry Fitzgerald has 9 playoff games, 57 receptions, 942 yards, 10 touchdowns. In T.O.'s 12 playoff games, 3 more than Larry Fitzgerald, he has 54 receptions, 751 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So in 3 more games than Larry Fitzgerald, he has 3 less catches, he has about 200 less receiving yards, and he has half the touchdowns.
Yeah,
Now,
he's just choking. I mean,
thank you.
big stage. Gotta
Larry,
come up.
Larry Fitzgerald is better than Terrell Owens because he's more consistent, he's a better catcher, he is better in the playoffs. Also, you can't tell me that Terrell Owens is a better locker room presence than Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, no way.
Although,
Larry Fitzgerald just goes about his business. I mean, and that's it.
mhm.
He's a leader, like by showing it. To has just been consistently like, I mean, people have issues with him, and like I think that's one of the debates why he's not in the Hall of Fame is because of his long-term presence and the things he's done off the field too.
Although I disagree with that, he should be a Hall of Famer by now. With undoubtedly, he should be a Hall of Famer. But to me, of course, you can argue that he's a bad locker presence. That's why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I think from what I've seen, what I've looked at, and from my opinion, he's not in the Hall of Fame mostly because of the catching, mostly because of the drops. That's not Hall of Fame level playing when you're having that many drops.
Oh yeah,
That's
not at
just a
all.
fact.
Yeah,
So that there we go. Top three wide receivers of all time is Jerry Rice, the GOAT, always will be. Randy Moss, and not Terrell Owens, but Larry Fitzgerald. And Larry Fitzgerald still has a chance to be way better than them because all the other players are retired. Larry Fitzgerald's still playing, and he still has a chance. Not a great chance by any means because he's on the Cardinals, but he does have a chance to get that Super Bowl trophy, which none of those other two receivers have.
yeah. Well, and I don't know. Do you think Larry Fitzgerald has? I don't think he's going to surpass Jerry Rice ever, but do you think there's a realistic chance he can surpass Randy Moss?
There is a chance. It depends on how much longer he plays for. Randy Moss, I think, only has like this season and maybe 2 seasons left in him. But also, I
Yeah.
don't want to discount him because you're going with Cliff Kingsbury with that air raid offense with Kyler Murray in the backfield. It, there's a there's a
I just
chance.
think
There's a
he's
chance.
not gonna be targeted as much either though because I mean D Hop is
Hopkins,
there now.
well, no, right? Because he's going to be targeted more now. Because Larry Fitzgerald was always wide receiver number one. He was always the one being covered way more. So with DeAndre Hopkins is now wide
That's true
receiver one on the Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, like
because
no
he over.
disrespect, but right now I'd rather have DeAndre Hopkins than Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
All respect to Larry though. So if I'm a defense, right, I'm gonna be more worried about DeAndre Hopkins than I am Larry Fitzgerald.
Of course.
So I think that's going to open up more opportunities for Larry Fitzgerald this year. We might see the resurgence. I'm calling. No, there is no might to this, Ray. You know me. I'm just going to say it right now. This is going to be Larry Fitzgerald's best season in the last 5 years.
Okay. All right. I like this hot take.
I got two hot takes in one day.
Hell
But
yeah.
also, isn't that kind of my gimmick on this show?
Pretty much. I think it's like a given we're gonna get a hot take a show. That's
At least.
pretty outlandish,
But
but
the thing, they could be outlandish, but you can't deny the fact that my takes have been pretty good.
pretty
Like
good.
in my track record for hot takes is not bad by any means.
Yeah.
I am no Skip Bayless.
So you think Larry Fitzgerald's gonna put up over 1,000 yards this year?
1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns. 2019, he put up 800 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
Okay, I
It's gonna
like it.
happen.